Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be discussing my opinion about whether if Gobul, a Leviathan introduced in Monster Hunter 3, will make a return for Monster Hunter Wilds, and how its addition to the game could work out pretty good, if not perfectly. For those who do not know who or what Gobul is a Leviathan introduced in Monster Hunter 3. It is a mixture of numerous types of fish, which include an anglerfish, a pufferfish, and a stingray. It also includes whisker-like tentacles below its mouth that it uses for camouflage underneath the river floor surface. These represent another fish, which would be a catfish. They mainly rely on their camouflage factor to catch prey, but they can also use their spikes, which cause paralysis, and or their light bulb antenna, which they can use to stun their prey and then just eat them whole. For starters, where could Gobul be implemented in Wilds? Well, if it isn't obvious so far, the only environment Gobul would fit in as of now would be the Starlit Forest. Considering Gobul is a fish-like monster that stays underwater most of its time, this is the only environment that would ensure their survivability. As we know from an interview, underwater combat is not returning. With that being said, how would Gobul even work in Wilds? Well, it could focus mainly staying on the surface water, where it could submerge itself completely from time to time and keep poking out of the ground with its spiky back to paralyze the hunter, kind of like avoiding the mole and whack-a-mole instead. A huge comparison we can use is Duna. We've been shown that Duna can create massive tide waves and can etch the water back to the surface after swimming throughout the streams of the forest. Although Gobul is a terrible swimmer, stated in its little description, it can still swim, and disguising themselves in the short water streams can be a huge factor for their prey intake. Another important detail to mention is that the whiskers on Gobul might have to be redesigned or so to fit into the Starlit Forest, but it's entirely unsure until we get a copy of Wilds ourselves and see every harvestable plant there is in the Starlit Forest. Also, for some reason, whenever Duna was revealed for the first time, it streamed Gobul. I really have no idea why, but you guys let me know if it reminded you of Gobul too. I really wanted to see its subspecies for this monster and Nibblesnarf, but unfortunately, we never really got one. So getting one in Wilds, along with its original counterpart, would be pretty amazing. Maybe a subspecies called Tidal Gobul, where it's adapted to swimming and its strength in water increased due to its enforced harsher terrains, eventually leading itself to the Starlit Forest, would be pretty cool. But let me know, what type of subspecies would you guys like to see for Gobul? Apart from the hopes and desires, this monster could make a great addition to the roster. With the correctly designed tweaks to make it fit in, I would say it's very possible. And if they did add it, an addition like Gobul could surprise very many people and lead them to think what other monsters could possibly be added to Monster Hunter Wilds with very little or very many tweaks. Leaving on the very final note, everyone that knows of Gobul from 3rd Gen still wants to figure out about what the supposed adult Gobul was. It's been a very interesting and mysterious secret in the Monster Hunter series for some time now, and we weren't never really given an idea or a sketch of what they could possibly look like, whether being completely different, immensely bigger, or even just the same but deadly in terms of its paralysis and stunning ability. We never really got any physical description, and it was only ever mentioned once, saying an adult Gobul could stand a chance against an abyssal Legiatrus. The book that does contain this little fact is Hunter's Encyclopedia 3, which was only ever released in Japan, which was then vaguely translated to English and started many people to ponder what exactly an adult Gobul looks like when it's relocating to the sea. I do hope Capcom decides to implement Gobul and the adult Gobul at least, but either way, I'm going to end up extremely happy about the current and further roster we get for Wilds, hoping Crimson-Nerscylla and Celis return. I hope everyone enjoyed my 3rd video of a possible returning monster to Wilds. I recommend you guys check out the last 2 previous ones, as they make some pretty good points on why those certain monsters would fit in perfectly to Wilds and how they would be implemented. Let me know if you guys think adult Gobul will finally be revealed or not, and what do you think it could possibly look like in a game like today. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope each one of you have an amazing rest of your day. Leave a like, a sub, and comment down below if you'd like. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Peace.